world, I'm Weezy, and today I'm going to show you the results of my first ever laser engraving. I have a Laser Master 3 from Ortur, and I use Lightburn software in order to run the laser. So I think I definitely bit off more than I should have for my first project. I did a really large project. I wanted to try and sample a lot of different things. So here it is. So right now I'm just framing the project in Lightburn and making sure that it lines up with the piece of wood. It doesn't look quite aligned, so I do have to make some adjustments and make sure that's all lined up before I press start on the project. Because we have our laser engraver inside, we do have this exhaust hood that the laser engraver sits in. It zips up, it does have some air access on the side and an exhaust fan that pumps out air through the back, and I have that going out an open window. Isn't it so pretty? Turning on the air pump to help with clean cuts. And making sure the exhaust fan is turned on. Okay, let's press start. The entire project took about an hour and 45 minutes from start to finish, and it's pretty uneventful most of the time. You will see my head pop up in the corner to take a look in every once in a while. But for the most part, it goes pretty slow and steady. I'm just going to speed this up a little bit. So here is where I realized I made a mistake. I probably should have done a burn test in order to determine how many passes it would take my laser to cut through the basswood that I had. That's the wood I'm using for this project. I set it as 1 pass. It should have been at least 2. And it didn't cut all the way through. So I tried to line it up as best as I could and passed my laser through the same program, just doing the cut lines. Yeah. So even though I tried to align everything as best as I could, I did not align them properly enough. So instead of the laser doing a second pass, it kind of did another pass parallel to the first pass, which was not ideal. I shouldn't have touched the project at all, and I should have left it in the laser and just run a second pass automatically without picking it up and looking at it. That way it would have guaranteed that I was aligned and passed through the first one again. Instead, I made a mistake and I touched the project between just to see how much I cut through in one pass, and it it didn't work. Shouldn't have touched it. So here I thought that using a straight edge I could possibly cut through what little wood was remaining through the first cut and maybe pop it out from behind. And it seemed to work for a little bit until I pushed too hard and ended up breaking the baseboard into pieces. And then when I thought I could just pop this one out, I used a little bit too much force and broke the front. I realized that it broke along one of the engraving lines. And I also noticed that it almost cut through the first pass, so I could probably do a second pass. But I didn't realize right now that I will in a moment. So there's actually a gradient on the comm badges, our little triangle things. One side is actually darker than the other side. You can see a little bit better in this picture. So the left side is darker than the right side, and the right side was up by the exhaust fan. So was my first attempt at laser engraving a success? Not really, no. I learned a couple of things though, so hopefully that will improve my second attempt. Thanks so much for watching, and let me know if you have any tips or tricks for laser engraving that I should try next down below in the comments. Thanks for watching. Bye. Laser engraving is the